What's up, guys? Tim Halster with DragBoss Garage. So this is episode 1, or the first episode of working on the Mustang, the 69 DragBoss Garage Mustang. And this is paint correction. You think that paint looks good? Hold on. Yeah, it really looks like that. The whole roof is terrible. So I thought I could fix it by sanding it, watching some YouTube videos, and I realized that I had no idea what I was doing. And that's when I started to panic. So I said, listen, I better call my buddy Ronnie. So check this out, Ronnie. I tried to make it better, but it seems worse. But you can see the scratches I had there. They went all the way across. Now, I did sand them out with like 3,000, and then I used 5,000 on a disc, grit, and sanded them out. They seem pretty good, but obviously the clear coat got affected. This is a single stage enamel. With, I don't know if it's one coat of clear or whatever, but do you think I can get this back to at least look like what it used to? So that's something I tried this deglazing stuff. I'll show you a picture of it. Oh, it's bumming me out. So Ronnie gave me some quick tips to get started. I think I went over to about here, but you can still see it's not perfect. But you can hear it. You can almost see there's a line going right here. It's coming right like this, all the way across through the paint. There, you can see it now. Why I got to sand that all the way down and polish it, I mean. And then here's a video before I do paint correction. So let's check it out. Pretty bad scratches. Now there was some up here and I did get them out of there with what I was using as far as a compound, but I didn't know what I was doing. You can see the swirl marks. It's not right. When you compare it to here that I've done nothing but clean it, it's dirty and still there's a lot of scratches. Big one there, a lot of little stuff. But I bet you we can get this looking good. So now we're going to zero in on just this little area right here, so you see what it looks like. All right, guys, welcome back to DragBoss Garage. So you can see here what I'm doing is compounding the top of the roof. And you'll see these pictures, how bad this roof was. And I mean, I can't believe how nice it looks. You know, I kind of put some hours in it. I probably got 3 hours into this little panel here to clean it up. And I want to give a big shout out to Ronnie Kirkpatrick. He's the one that kind of told me the process. I've looked it up on YouTube and got different opinions and how people do things. But he said, don't sand it, polish it out. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm telling you, the paint is going to look killer. But here's the deal. So after you wash your car, I'll just give you a quick DBG breakdown on paint correction. After you wash your car down, dry it off, you clay it off with that clay. I never thought much about that. Brian Hayes hooked me up with that. That stuff is amazing. And this paint was just really dirty and oxidized. But there were so many scratches on it from sitting for 20-something years in Eric's garage. It looks like an animal crawled on it or a cat scratched it all over. I'll show you pictures. You'll see plenty of it. But I started working on this and I got freaked out because I've never done any kind of paint correction or any kind of buffing. I've waxed cars before, but now learning this is something you guys could do. I mean, it'll make your ride look killer. Unbelievable. I can't believe how good this is coming out with, you know, some polish and compound. And there's a big difference between polishing and compound. Compound, you're actually cutting the paint. You're trying to cut that layer of defects out. Whether you sand it out or you got to fill it in with, you know, if it's clear coat. This is a 84 Chrysler color. I didn't want to say that, but it is. It's crimson red. And I'll tell you, I want to get back to that almost maroon look. So, but after you clay it and dry it off, that's when you go to the compound. depending on what you're going to use. And that's what cuts the paint, the clear coat off, if you have clear coat, to get rid of those defects. So it takes some time. You don't want to go too slow and you don't want to go too fast and burn through it. So, and the pressure's just got to be just right. You just get a feel for it. I've been watching chemical guys. Those guys got a lot of videos on that kind of stuff, but check it out. So I used wool. It's a little more aggressive than the foam. I did use an orange foam pad. And I think yellow is worse, or a little more aggressive. But you got to be careful, and you kind of get the paint get the feel for the paint, because not all paint's the same. I've been learning that. This paint's pretty darn hard because it takes some pressure and some wool pad to get this cleaned up. About 2,000, 2,500 on it. You kind of just go until you got a good raise coming. Enough for a few passes. Some good pressure, light pressure. So you kind of get a feel for how hard to do it and how long you go. You kind of go until you get a little bit of a light glaze over it, and then you wipe it off with a microfiber towel. Swear to God, I must have spent 80 or 100 bucks on these microfiber towels. You got to take them to the laundry and wash them. My wife would kill me if I put these in the washing machine. But then you wipe it off. Now, like I said, I'm kind of using an aggressive pad because I wanted to cut this. I wanted to cut these defects, and you'll see them in here, how bad they are. So you just kind of polish it off, get rid of the residue. Oh yeah. And I'm almost there to stop using a wool pad, I think. This is the first time I ever did this, so I don't know. I'm kind of going by feel, what I've seen on the YouTube, because there's a lot of detailed channels on there. But I just can't believe, wait till you see it, I can't believe how good it looks. And it's not even been polished. This is just the compounding. But I'll show you. I'll bring the camera down. You can take a peek too and kind of see where we're at. You know, Ronnie said you got to be careful. You don't want to burn through that clear coat. He says it takes a lot of buffing. Obviously, it depends on how thick that coat is. But when I see these scratches, I can barely feel them. And it's like I might switch to that orange pad just so I don't go too far. But check it out. So you got to see this up close. But check it out. There's the same panel. Now the scratches are, you can see, I'll try to, because they're not totally gone. There's a little bit right here. Might be hard to see, but I'll move this around. And the other ones were here by this chip. This chip I'm going to fill in with just a little bit of, I ordered the paint actually. It should be here a couple days of touch-up paint. Then I can work it over a little bit when I finish polishing it. But here's the scratches here. You can't even feel them. And you can see here, there's some here on each side of that tape line. So, I'll tell you, it's going to look killer. But I've been using this 3M. Ronnie told me to stick with Maguire's or 3M products. They're quality products. Here, this is a perfect fit rubbing compound. And this one's a little more easier. This is a different orbital type one compared to that one. And then what do you get? The microfiber towel. I do like this. I like wiping this off and seeing how close it is to being perfect every time. Looks a little better. Oh yeah. But just looking at this, I think the foam pad does a better job at making it more cleaner appearance even before you polish it. That wool pad's pretty aggressive. It does work better, I think, at getting the defects out. But man, nothing beats that finish of this orange pad. I can't wait to polish it. Let's do another round. Well, let's see what it looks like now. I don't know if we're going to even need that anymore. As far as the cutting part. Wow. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, it really is. I'll show you again. Now, Ronnie, he owns Nostalgia Pro Stock Association. So he's a Mopar man. He's got a bunch of Hemis. He's restoring right now Roy Hill's Pro Stock Duster. He's a wicked paint man. He's done a lot of stuff on Discovery with Biker Build Off. Did a lot of painting of motorcycles, cars, tons of custom work. And he told me for when he does a car, it takes him about 80 hours to buff a car when he's finished painting it. So, and I can already see it. I can't even hardly see those scratches, man. They're gonna polish up excellent. Can't wait. But look at this 2-foot section here. I probably got 3 hours on it. So there's a lot of time on here. But it's kind of enjoyable to see it come together, and it's like, wow, what a difference. So here's the side I haven't done anything with. You can see the paint looks pretty good here, but you can see the scratches everywhere. There, up in here. And they were bad on the other side, but check it out. Here's a nice comparison. That is like reflective. And then the dullness here. What's up, guys? Hey, so here's the deal. When you looked at all the last video that I did, I recorded it from behind, so you saw a lot of my back, and you didn't get to really see the paint getting worked. So I'm gonna add this on to the video that you're watching or you have seen to kind of show you the whole process. I've done this part of the hood roof already from here over. There's just one little section here I haven't finished. So I'm gonna finish this off here and show you how I did it. Now, what I've learned so far by doing that side is I might as well start with a wool pad. It's a lot more aggressive than the foam pads, and there's a lot of deep scratches in here, and it really works the paint over well. And you also want to make sure you're going fast enough, because you kind of want it to heat up the paint a little bit, is what I saw, actually the clear coat, so that it kind of blends and you can get rid of those scratches. But let's start on this piece right here. Now when you do this process, make sure you wash the car, dry it off well, get rid of all the old nasty stuff that was on there before with a good cleaner. Clay bar, like Maguire's clay bar is what I used here, and I mean it really cleans it up pretty well. Check it out. So we got our pad already set up on our wheel polisher. Now that might be a little bit more, but I haven't done this yet, so I'm gonna spread it around. And that's what I learned was if you get too much on there, it sprays all over. So that's why I put these drapes on there, because I wasn't really good at using this yet. But you can see there, it's not gonna really fling anywhere. So I start about 3 on this thing. Work that polishing. Nice and easy, get control of it. Get down in the drip rail. And as you go, you'll see that it kind of dissipate and become just a clear glaze. And that's kind of what you want to see. And then I kind of slow it down a little bit. And it'll be like almost polished right there. It's kind of hard with the drip rail, but you got to get into it. Kind of feel that paint, blend those scratches in. There's a few, you'll see them. When you finish, there isn't a lot of stuff to wipe off with your microfiber towel. One of the things you want to make sure is you never want to drop that foam pad or that wool pad on the floor. You do, you might as well get rid of it, because that stuff collects dust and dirt and it'll wreck your paint. So, and then you wipe it off. Now it's a slow process, because now I know how long it takes to get some of these scratches out. So I know I have at least another 4 or 5 times of using that wool pad before I switch to the orange cutter foam pad, because now it's starting to smooth it up, but I still see scratches in here. So that's a little more aggressive, that wool pad. Turn up the speed a little bit, you kind of get the picture. I'm going to keep going. And these pads here, they soak up a lot, so you can be pretty generous. I just didn't want it whipping all over the place. And the trick is to make sure you put it down so it's not going to fling it. Kind of work it into the paint a little bit. Then start it, like I said, on this one I start about 3,000. Kind of blend it in. jumping a little bit. Not what I want, but turn it down a little bit. Where the spots are, I kind of go a little bit slower there. So you got to be careful on the edges because this doesn't slow down, and that's how you burn the paint. But there again, you wipe it off. Look at that. And there was a little rough spot here. I'm kind of cautious about going over it. I don't know what it is. It's just a defect in the paint or clear coat or something. But I'll just keep going and be gentle with it. But yeah, I keep it going. These little scratches here, as long as I can feel them, I'll keep using the wool pad. Then I'll switch to the orange foam. It takes a lot of individual attention to each panel. It's not just something to quick and run over if you're trying to restore it and correct it the best way you can. And in this case, that's what I'm trying to do. I'll show you what a picture of it. Okay, so here's what it looks like. The rough spot I'm talking about is like right here. You can kind of see it. I'm not going to get too aggressive with that. I don't know what that is. I might work it a little bit with a foam pad. But this is what my main goal was. Look at that. It's hard to see if you can see it, but let's put it this way. It's smooth. Those scratches are almost all gone. So anyway, so I got the heat on. You can hear the fan going on. You got to have heat in the garage in the winter, man. I'm telling you. I went through a long time as a kid with kerosene heaters and, you know, propane heaters, you know, all that route. So it's nice to have gas heat, but I'm switching to this Torque QFXR, whatever it is, the 10FX. So this, I told you, I got turned on by chemical guys. Now this is an orbital polisher, it works a little bit better. I switched to the orange pad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tay, cut that out of there. That's why I don't like this thing. It's hard to turn on and off the speed here, and whatever. Got to clean up now, damn it. All right, so we'll cut that out of here. So we're going to switch to the orange foam pad right here. So put a couple of drops on here. The compound, they say like a pea size, that's all you need. Same thing, I push it down. I don't want to get it too thick or it'll be spraying it all over just like you see. And here I go to probably about 3,000. Nice smooth action. Work that polishing. So this has a safety feature to prevent you from hitting around hard places and burning off the paint. So it works pretty good with respect to that. Medium pressure, kind of make that polish, that cutting compound work. I mean, a few passes till it kind of comes off and leaves a little bit of a film. Then I slow it down, blend it in. You just keep doing it until it's kind of a thin coating left. You kind of work it into the paint, clean it off, and you wipe it off with a towel. And I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do this. Then you get the microfiber towel, you wipe it down, man. Look at that. Now after I've done this a few times with the orange foam pad, then what I'll do is I'll take this tape off and then I'll blend them in both together. But I kind of want to just keep them separated now because that one's nice and this still has some areas I want to work. I don't want to overwork that side. Watch the on and off switch. Once the car is painted on the inside, like I said, then I'll finish compounding the rest of the car and then polish the car. But that's really little stretches are right there. Wipe her off with the microfiber. I always look to see if there's any paint on the rag, but I kind of got a good gauge since I did those other areas quite extensively. Looks good. It's almost perfect. Anyways, you get the picture. It's going to be the same thing over and over. So I'll try to get this video where it's a little more succinct. Hopefully I don't have to leave too much extra stuff in here. Kind of just show you the breakdown of it. Stay tuned at DragBoss Garage. We got a lot of stuff going on and we got to get the live chats going again. And I got a couple videos I'm going to make. I might even do it tomorrow and get one up there. Whether this is up there, I don't know. But it's kind of a cool thing to know if you never did anything like this, that you can fix scratches and make your car look 200% better with just a polisher and some compound, or just polish. You have to figure that part out. Stay tuned. Now here's what it looks like after I've done almost total buff with the compound for this panel. There's still a couple little areas, really hard for me to see, right in here. Really hard to see, but check it out. The left's perfect, right side, got to get it done. But these are done here.